guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you my all-time favorite top 5 tips for getting organized for back to school. This video is actually a collab with my good friend Keitha from Abajan, Texan. Keitha is one of those women in my life that I find so inspirational. Not only is she a mom to 2 beautiful twins, she works full-time, runs a blog, a YouTube channel, and she started her own business, Homemade Luxe. I don't know how she does it all, but she does it with style and grace and humor, and I adore her. So I'm gonna put the link to her video down below. Make sure you check out her video for more back to school organizing tips, but let's get started with mine right now. Tip number 1 is a must-have, and that is a backpack station. Take a few minutes to organize and designate a place in your home for your children to put their backpacks. We just have these inexpensive cabinets here in my mudroom, really inexpensive. They were just $45 each, and they act as a locker, so it's a way that the kids can literally just toss in their backpacks. I don't have to see them. They're not on the floor. They're not on the kitchen counter, but you can also just hang hooks in your entranceway. I have a member on my Facebook group where we give organizing advice to each other, and she posted this great picture of her backpack station. It's just 2 hooks and some picture frames where she'll display the calendars and maybe some artwork that her kids will bring home. It's beautiful, it's simple, and it's organized, and that is exactly what a backpack station should be. Tip number 2 is having a designated memory binder or bin. I like using a binder system, but a bin or a folder works great too. You just want to be organized and have a spot so when your kids come home with their report cards and their artwork and maybe projects that you want to keep, or some essays that they wrote, you have a spot where you can put those things that's easy and you can file it right away. We keep a basket right here in our mudroom, and inside I have all of the binders for each of the years. It's a perfect place to keep them, and it makes organizing those school papers that I want to keep a breeze. Tip number 3 is a homework station. It's really important that you set up a spot in your home or multiple spots where your kids can do their homework and have everything they need already ready. Most of the time my kids do their homework at the kitchen counter, so I have designated a drawer as our homework station. It has calculators and pens and pencils and erasers and everything they would need to get their homework done in a really convenient spot. We also set up some spots in my 2 older girls' rooms right inside their desk. So no more looking for a pencil or being distracted. Everything they need is organized and ready to go for back to school. Tip number 4 for back to school organization is setting up a lunch making station. Now we use our downstairs fridge where I put pre-portioned snacks, fruit, vegetables, maybe some carbs and juice boxes so they can easily package their own lunches. My kids aren't big sandwich eaters, so I do make them one hot thing, whether it be soup or alfaghettis or who knows what it is. It changes on the day. Sometimes it's leftovers, but the rest of their lunch they can easily pack themselves. If you don't have a fridge dedicated to a lunch making station, this is no problem. Just having a couple of days worth of lunch ideas pre-portioned maybe in the fridge or in the cabinet so your kids can participate in packing their lunch is going to save you a ton of time. It's a little organization that you'll appreciate on those busy mornings. Last but not least, I definitely recommend having an in-out station for school papers. We're using this magazine rack that we already had. It's hung on the wall, and it's the perfect spot for my kids to put notes that need to be signed, or I can put things that they need to put in there. We call them sac à dos here. They go to French school, but they can put in their little bag to take back to school if there's things or notes or their journals, whatever it is. Once it's signed, or if I write a note, I can put it in each of their folders. And there's also a spot for library books, because library books always got lost in this house. This way, when we read them, we have a spot where we can put them to remind us that they need to be returned. I also plan on keeping the school calendars in here and then the newsletter, the latest newsletter for each of my kids. So I really have one designated spot right by where we pack the backpacks and we leave the door with everything that I need to not forget. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these quick and easy back to school organization tips. You may have noticed we have completed the mudroom, and that video is coming up next week. It was done on a shoestring budget. I love to do things on a budget, and I'm so proud of this budget because it was teeny tiny and it looks amazeballs. So make sure you stay tuned for that video, and I'm gonna put the link again to Keitha's video, so watch that next for more tips for back to school organization. I'll see you next time. So thank you guys so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. Let's talk about my mudroom for a second. First of all, I love it so much. I love it. I love the color. I love the color, and I love the black and white. Like, I'm such a fan of black and white with like one color. I love it so much I don't want the kids to put their coat and shoes in here. They're gonna mess it up. It's okay. It's okay. But I was sharing it on Instagram, and that reminded me of something I wanted to share with you guys. I find crazy pants. So I shared about the mudroom, and somebody said, what the heck is a mudroom? Which is true. That people here, a lot of people here, I live in Canada, or all over the world really, have rooms in their home dedicated to mud. It's because our weather sucks. So we have to have a room for mud, for real. So it's a place to put your coat and your shoes and all that stuff, which leads me to something else that I learned doing this YouTube channel. Not everyone takes their shoes off when they enter the house. And I found this out a couple of years ago, and there was like a all-out online war about it. It was like, people get really passionate about whether or not you should wear shoes in your own home and whether you should wear shoes in other people's house. So here where I live in Canada, it's considered extremely rude to wear your shoes in people's house. Like, no, you would never go to somebody's house and leave your shoes on, even if they were clean, even if it was a beautiful sunny day. It's so rude to do that. It doesn't matter if you're a clean freak or you're walking in someone's house and it literally is dirtier than outside. You cringe, you take off your shoes, you walk in their dirty house. That's what you do, my friends, because it's otherwise very rude. Even construction workers, delivery people, even people who like have to come in and out and in and out and in and out, they put their shoes on, or they make little booties for their shoes where they step outside and they take the booty off, then they come in and they put the booty on over their shoes. It seems ridiculous to say it out loud, but that's just totally normal. But then if you drive like maybe 5-6 hours south of here, it's considered rude, apparently, to take your shoes off in some people's homes. So I actually had a couple of subscribers who lived in southern states and people who lived in England and France email me and say, oh, that's so disgusting to take your shoes off in someone's house. And I was like, why? Apparently, I see their point though. To walk in someone's house with, I guess, bare feet, they could have foot fungus, they could have, I don't even know, whatever, and they're walking around your house, so they would rather the shoes. Crazy pants to me. It's just it's crazy you can drive like 5 hours in one direction and just like have a completely polar opposite view of something that I didn't even realize was an issue. So I'm not trying to start a war here, but I'm curious where you are from. Do you wear shoes in the house? Do guests wear shoes when they come in your house? Is that considered rude? Is it not considered rude? We're not judging other people who have, I mean, it's just, I think it's just like a cultural thing maybe, or like where you're from, what you're used to. I see both sides of the argument now that it's been presented to me, but still here, I mean, we take our shoes off, that's what we do. But I'm curious where you guys are from. I'd love to know like the difference. So comment below, let me know, and I'm gonna do a poll, a shoe poll. How many people? It's fascinating. I don't know why, it's fascinating to me. Anyways, I will see you next time.